Lead hero designer for Overwatch, Alec Dawson, was interviewed by content creator BroYouWack on Friday. Alec gave some updates on what they're working on right now, and he had a few surprises in store for us. Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Deemzies from the Omnic Post. Overwatch hero balancing. While the team feels that the balancing is currently in a pretty good spot, there is still a lot to be said about the topic. And there is a lot that they're saying about the topic. At this point, we almost get monthly updates on some of their plans. Last time it was an AMA over on the competitive Overwatch Reddit, and this time around it was an interview with streamer and content creator BroYouWack. Now, some of the topics that they discussed on that stream were things we kinda knew about, mainly because of that AMA they did a few weeks ago, and others from comments that Alec did on Twitter. But there were also a few new topics, and even some surprises. Statements that contradicted stuff they said earlier. Now, this type of contradictory info is kind of normal. It comes with the process. They make changes and they follow up to see how they pan out. So it makes sense that their plan will evolve along with that. To a certain extent, and that is really important. A certain extent, so not all of it. Hero balancing is trial and error. Well-educated trial and error. That's exactly why we shouldn't get too worked up about patch notes. You know, it's really bad for your blood pressure, your heart. At some point you'll get a rash. It's really ugly. Now, most of the changes that we're going to discuss are for Season 4. Possibly. Meaning that the timing might shift. When it comes to balancing, nothing is set in stone till they make the actual build. And even then. Okay, let's start out with the biggest surprise. With the start of Season 3, there was the big nerf to Mercy's Guardian Angel. And at that point, they also buffed the healing she does on low health targets. Now, in the AMA that followed that nerf, the team said that they currently didn't have any plans for Mercy. In other words, they were not going to roll back that nerf. They wanted to wait and see how things pan out. Well, in this new interview, Alec said that they do have plans, but maybe not the kind of changes that Mercy mains want to hear. Although, in the first instance, Alec pointed out that healing on the low health targets is a little too strong, so they're probably going to nerf that. But he also admitted that she lost some of her synergies with that Guardian Angel nerf. So what they want to do is step back and look at their goals with the Season 3 nerf, which was to make her kind of easier to deal with. Basically help us to catch her a little easier. And they want to rethink or maybe even reintroduce some of her old mobility to the point that both these goals unite. In other words, some Mercy mains might get exactly what they're asking for, while others might be upset to lose some of that 50% bonus healing. I guess it needs to be confirmed in the next few weeks. Another hero that might move a little closer to their old form is Mei. Alec said that they're looking into her primary fire and that they might reintroduce a ramp up in her slowing debuff, but luckily never to the point that they completely freezes again. Jeff be praised. But still, I think we need to stock up on holy water and priests. Alec also elaborated a little bit on their plans with Cassidy's grenade. A few weeks ago, he had said that they want to turn the grenade into an ability that allows Cassidy to line up more shots or provide some new type of utility. Now, in this recent interview, he seems to have changed his tone a little bit, as he stated that the grenade also does a lot of stuff right, and that they want to focus more on the mechanics behind it, the stickiness, and all of the frustration that stickiness causes. It seems that they want to solve the case where that grenade flips around 6 corners, does 3 bus trips, and passes a Chinese wedding to snap to your forehead and blast you back to spawn. Which is understandable, but it's just so much fun. We'll see. The final hero they touched on during the interview was Sombra. Now, we know that they're working on a soft rework for Sombra and Roadhog. And one of them, maybe both, maybe none of them, might make it into Season 4. It's hard to predict. Now, they didn't really talk about Roadhog, but Alec did go deeper into the challenges that they're facing with Sombra, aka the problem child. He actually called her that, as a joke of course, but there is some truth to it. See, they want to stay true to her identity. She is the hacker that works for all sides at the same time. She has her own agenda. They also want to make sure that she's fun to play. But besides all of that, they also want to alleviate some of the frustration that she causes with the enemy team. Which happens when you're playing an invisible enemy that can just pop up, kill someone and disappear within one breath. Well, one long breath. You know, one of those breaths after, I don't know, you've been moving boxes all day and you kind of sit down on the sofa. That kind of breath. Anyways, by the sound of it, they're probably going to remove either her perma invisibility, her translocator, but Alec talked about some new fun toys, new abilities. In other words, this soft rework for Sombra is quite complicated because they want to keep her fun but also make her less of a pain in the eye. de kont, which is Dutch for ass. And that's about all of the big topics that they talked about. It is clear that the team is in a phase where they're not that worried that heroes are too overpowered or underwhelming. They seem to be focused on frustration versus fun. How can we make all of these heroes a lot of fun without them being frustrating for the enemy team? And to be honest, I think that is an even more difficult challenge than making sure they're powerful enough. For one, it's not that easy to spot in the statistics, and second, they're really kind of opposites. One thing that illustrates that the best was the chat during that interview. With every hero they touched on, there was one person saying Hero X is in the perfect spot, while someone else was saying during that same second that they needed this rework now. In any case, these are some of the changes that we can expect in Season 4 and beyond. Alongside, of course, the new ult for Brigitte and that Junkrat change, where they wanna shrink his grenades when they ricochet off a wall, remember that? Yeah. That might still be happening in Season 4. Oh yeah, and one day, possibly, maybe, somewhere in the future, they'll give more of that new utility ability. We'll see. Alec also confirmed again that for the foreseeable future, for every 4 heroes they release, 2 of them will be supports. At least till they catch up. And as someone that also plays a lot of support, I kinda like that. Anyways, tell me, what hero are they overlooking according to you? And how are you doing with your stock on holy water and priests? Let me know in the comments. Join me during my streams on twitch.tv/DeemziesTV and make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.